Tonight on EKB Evening News at 6. Despite a court ruling, there are still some questions in the dispute between Pike County and UMG. Good evening, I'm Cindy Mae Johnson.
And I'm Gary Slaw. The Kentucky Court of Appeals last week ruled against Utility Management Group in its dispute with the Pike County Fiscal Court over whether the company's records are open to the public. But while the ruling was a blow to UMG, it still could be quite some time before we know whether or not those records will see the light of day. EKB News reporter Shannon Deskins has the story.
A 4-year legal battle between UMG and the Pike County Fiscal Court has changed direction once again. Late last week, a 3-judge panel of the Kentucky Court of Appeals overturned a 2013 Pike Circuit Court decision that favored the utility company. Officials with Pike Fiscal Court tell us it all goes back to a 2011 request by the court to see UMG's financial statements.
The Pike Fiscal Court in 2011 requested open records under Kentucky law, then existing Kentucky law, for the records of UMG, who was doing business for Mountain Water and the city of Pikeville. UMG refused to produce those records. When that happens under law, it goes to the Attorney General for a ruling. The Attorney General, Jack Conway, ruled that Pike Fiscal Court was entitled to those records. Being dissatisfied with that, UMG appealed that decision to the Pike Circuit Court.
Special Judge John David Caudill ruled in favor of UMG, saying the Pike Fiscal Court was not entitled to the records because of a recent change in Kentucky law concerning the Open Records Act. The new law passed after that original request by the court now exempted UMG from such requests. Pike County officials did not agree with that ruling.
That brought about an appeal by the Pike Fiscal Court. That appeal resulted in a favorable decision for the court that UMG has to produce those records requested. The case was remanded and will come back to the Pike Circuit Court for further action.
UMG officials now have to decide whether or not to appeal the recent decision or prepare to argue their case again in Pike Circuit Court. For EKB Evening News at 6, I'm Shannon Deskins.
A Floyd County teen who was struck by a train last week has died. 14-year-old Willie Lee Salisbury of Hueysville was struck by a train Friday afternoon. He was taken to St. Joseph Martin Hospital, where he later died. His funeral services are set for 11 a.m. Wednesday at Nelson Frazier Funeral Home in Martin. He was the son of Randy and Linda Hale Salisbury.
The Kentucky Court of Appeals has upheld a lower court ruling invalidating last year's Magoffin County Judge Executive's election and declaring the office vacant. In a split decision, the court found evidence to support numerous allegations of voting irregularities to the extent of casting the entire election into doubt. In writing for the majority, appeals judge Irv Mays said it was not clear who won the race, but Magoffin County voters lost. He further said it was the court's hope that ordering a new election would restore the voters' faith in the process.
The Hatfield and McCoy Marathon brought over 1,000 people to the border counties. They're best known for feuding. EKB News reporter Shelby Steele attended the marathon and discovered that the race's growth makes a huge impact on the area.
Remember, our motto is no feuding, just running.
Over 1,000 people from 45 states and 4 countries gathered in Goody, Kentucky Saturday morning to participate in the 16th annual Hatfield and McCoy Marathon. The race began in Goody and worked its way to Matewan, West Virginia, and finished in Williamson. The marathon brings together 2 counties that are known for feuding.
Ever since the Hatfield McCoy miniseries, our race has really grown. It's one of the best marketing things that could have happened for us. And we shot from 400 up to 550 that year, and then, you know, the year after 1,000, last year 1,250, and like I said, we're well over 1,000 again this year.
With over 1,000 participants, it takes just as many volunteers. Race officials say there were over 700 volunteers working in different areas throughout the race.
All of them are crucial for this race in our community, just to get everybody all as a whole to help these all the people from all around the country, the world here, just to experience, you know, we are the best volunteers.
The race also generates a lot of revenue into the area.
West Virginia University had done an economic study and it brought over $2 million into the area. and most of the runners is from our marketing area.
Gene DeFranzo, a 79-year-old from Connecticut, has ran a marathon in all 50 states 10 times. This is the 10th year he has participated in the Hatfield and McCoy Marathon, and he says he has enjoyed watching it grow.
I think one of the things that helped it along, he has no time limit. So the slower runners like me and a lot of others can do it without being worried about pulling from the course. But with his pasta dinner and the entertainment afterwards, he's drawn a lot of runners, and a lot of runners have been satisfied with it. And the word has spread. So now it's almost 1,000 runners. And when I started out, maybe it was 100 or so.
For EKB Evening News at 6, I'm Shelby Steele.
It looked like everybody had a lot of fun.
I felt like I should put my hands up there.
Yeah, me too. Coming up, the Riverville Arena got a Southern Rock Christening over the weekend.
And hundreds turned out for Pike County's Relay for Life. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Cancer is a word that many people are afraid of, but fear was nowhere to be seen at Pike County's Relay for Life event on Friday. Instead, the prevailing themes of the night were hope, courage, faith, and gratitude. EKB News reporter Courtney Lovern spoke to organizers and survivors. She filed this report.
Pike County Relay for Life held its annual walk in support of cancer patients and survivors on Friday evening. The atmosphere was positive as survivors were honored with medals and vibrant music filled the air at the American Cancer Society sponsored event. Along with the celebration, respect was shown for all those who lost their lives to the disease. Many members of the local communities showed support by coming out to the event.
This is the biggest fundraiser for the American Cancer Society, and it again is a great event in Pike County. This is one of the biggest community events that Pike County has, and it's just a great way for everybody to get together, celebrate those that have fought against cancer, and to remember those that have lost.
Through team fundraising, the usual amount of money collected at the event reaches around $100,000. But organizers say Relay provides more than just charity for patients and survivors. It provides hope and support.
This is one of the biggest morale builders that they look forward to this event every year. And the great thing is we actually have some of the people who work in the Cancer Center come give them their medals during the Survivor Walk. So they're seeing the people that treat them sometimes on a daily basis. And it really, you see tears, you see smiles, you have people that really like to strut their stuff as they walk in front of everybody. But it's a great, great event for their morale.
One cancer survivor talked about the priorities she held close while battling the disease.
My children were small at the time, and what was I teaching them? What would they learn from my experience, whether I lived or not? How I handled having cancer and the diagnosis and how I dealt with it would be a major factor for the rest of their lives because they were so very small.
Another survivor, Shirley Coleman, works at the Leonard Lawson Cancer Center in Pikeville and spoke about how people generally think of her job as an uncomfortable experience.
That is one of the most rewarding things that you can do. When we go in there, everybody says, "Why do you want to work in a cancer center?" That's so depressing. It's not. Those people are there because they want to try to be cured, or at least they would prolong their life, and it is a blessing. They give me a blessing every time I go in.
When asked what she would tell someone diagnosed with cancer, Coleman mentioned that a relationship with God is the best thing someone can gain during their diagnosis and treatment. Reporting for EKB Evening News at 6, I'm Courtney Levern.
Well, music is a large part of Eastern Kentucky's culture. Now, the public can enjoy large music acts in an outdoor setting. The Riverville Arena opened for the first time in downtown Pikeville on Saturday night, and the Marshall Tucker Band was the nationally known act to grace the stage. The audience was able to sit directly in front of the stage or on the concrete seats on the old riverbank. The evening was a success, according to East Kentucky Expo Center General Manager.
We love it. It's exciting. It's great to see everyone outside and enjoying it. It's cooled off right now, so it's great. It was a little hot earlier today. This has been kind of a hot week, but it's not raining, so that's the most important thing. And it's to bring excitement to downtown. Sometimes when it's indoors, it's great, but you can't really enjoy downtown Pikeville, which is absolutely gorgeous this time of year. So yeah, it's that outdoor feel, it's that summer feel, just like Main Street. It's just to bring the outdoors alive.
Well, before the Marshall Tucker Band took the stage Saturday night, local groups provided a day's worth of music beginning at noon. Well, coming up, the Golden State Warriors are one game away from their first NBA championship in 40 years.
But first, EKB Chief Meteorologist Lathan Hopkins will be here to give us a preview of what the week's weather will bring. We'll be back in just 2 minutes. Guys, this weather has people firmly divided into two camps. You either love it, you revel in this hot summer weather, or you don't.
You too,
We're
enjoying
in.
the heat.
Loving it.
I'm all about it.
We talked about it before the show compared to 20 below zero that we had just a few months ago.
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and get right into the crowd with you. Why not?
Join
20
the
below
club.
zero,
The
not gonna
water's
happen.
fine.
Oh, it is. And actually, some of us picking up a little water this afternoon, and it's going to be mainly to the north and across the Mountain Parkway and in parts of Morgan County, eventually Magoffin and Johnson counties. You have to look really close, just about behind the banner here near West Liberty. What we'll do, though, we will zoom in a little closer. There you see West Liberty getting in on a heavier shower. White Oak, Silver Hill, Flat Gap, over to Blaine and Sitka. This shower is moving to the east, so you can expect a nice little drink of water here within the next half hour or so, and then things should start to die out as we head into the evening hours. Satellite and radar composite across the entire eastern part of not only Kentucky, but we're talking the entire state of Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, Virginia. And you see those pop-up showers and thunderstorms with the daytime heating. Most of the rain has been off to the north. Temperature-wise, another scorcher, 89 right now. In Pikeville, we hit 91 here at the station a little bit earlier. 88 in Prestonsburg and Painesville, as well as in Salyersville, at least for now. But these two, of course, will be cooling down with the rain moving in. 83 in Dorton, 89 right now in Whitesburg, and 85 is the current temperature in Hazard, as a matter of fact. We did not hit a record today. The record high was 92 at the National Weather Service office in Jackson. They hit 88, so close, but not close enough. Overnight lows tonight, dropping back down in the upper 60s to low 70s. Another warm, muggy night out there. And speaking of warm and muggy, well, that's going to be the forecast for tomorrow as well. Temperatures back in the upper 80s. That purple shading you see there where temperatures are expected to climb to at least 90 degrees. We'll be very close to that, I think, again tomorrow. But the rain chances will be increasing somewhat. Why is that? Well, we had to go all the way down into the Gulf of Mexico. I know it's hard to believe, but this is actually going to be a system we have to watch, because eventually this could make an impact on our weather by, let's say, Friday and into the weekend. For now, it's just a disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico. Could eventually become a tropical depression, could eventually become a tropical storm. If that happens, it would be Bill. Now, we go to the computer forecasting models, and you see what happens, makes that landfall along the Texas coastline, and then moves to the northeast. Notice all these little lines. That's all the different computer forecasting models, and it takes it right across the Ohio River. So that could play an impact right here in eastern Kentucky and southwest Virginia. For now, 4 to 6 inches of rain forecast from Columbus down towards St. Louis. Across our region, looks like maybe up to an inch of rain over the next 7 days. This is a forecast that can and will change, and of course we will keep you up to date with the latest over the next 7 days. All right, pollen count time, sponsored by Faith Pharmacy, Adams Plaza in Pikeville. 4.8, 4.5 tomorrow, 4.6 on Thursday. So you see it's going to be pretty stationary. It's not going to change much here over the next couple of days. The heat is here to stay, the humidity is here to stay, and the rain chance will also be sticking around. 40% Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They have to increase that to a 50% chance Friday, Saturday, Sunday with what happens with that tropical system. But the first day of summer, right now, it looks like temperatures in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Right on average, right on cue.
That is summer weather.
It is indeed.
And we do need some rain.
You know, it's hard to believe, but we actually do. We are still in that first category of a drought, and things are actually getting worse before they're getting better.
All right. Thanks, Layton. Certified Zumba and dance fitness instructors in Paintsville and surrounding areas partnered with the Alzheimer's Association Saturday to raise awareness and funds for Alzheimer's research. Every June, the Alzheimer's Association hosts an event called The Longest Day. During the event, participants are encouraged to do something they love or honor a loved one by doing something they loved from sunrise to sunset on the longest day of the year. Each team plans their own special day to honor those affected by Alzheimer's disease, as well as their caregivers. Deborah Sloan, captain of the Cure-Alls in Paintsville, says they participated with a Zumba class.
This is the second annual Dance to Remember that we've had. We have a team that actually participates in the walk, and we're called the Cure-Alls. And so the Cure-Alls team, we do this event. We're going to do it annually, where we bring together Zumba instructors, pound instructors, any fitness instructors to come together to donate their time for the event. So my mother has Alzheimer's. She celebrated her 74th birthday yesterday, so we do this in honor of her and of my friend Missy, the co-captain, her grandmother, who just lost her battle with Alzheimer's last month.
The event went on for a couple of hours. There was a door prize and a silent auction. Looked like a lot of fun.
It did.
And they got in good shape.
Something I need to do. We'll be back with sports in 2 minutes.
Well, we're glad to welcome Jamie back. He's been on an important
I got it
trip.
here on the last thing smoking. I even got to clip my mic on. How about that?
That's last minute stuff right there. So
That's right. So I'm here and ready to go and tell you all about NBA basketball. The Golden State Warriors are trying to capture their first NBA championship in 40 years. And last night, league MVP Steph Curry rounded into form, putting on a shooting exhibition as the Warriors took a 3-2 advantage in the best-of-7 series with a 104-91 win over Cleveland. Curry pumped in 7 3-point baskets for the game to go along with 37 points, 17 of which came in the fourth quarter as LeBron and the Cavs had nothing left in the tank. LeBron finished with another triple-double, yet the night belonged to Curry and the Warriors, who can wrap up their first NBA title since 1975 tomorrow night. The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series paid its first of 2 yearly visits to Michigan yesterday with the Quicken Loans 400. For the last 25 years, Ford has always had at least one winner each year at Michigan International Raceway, yet Mother Nature was the ultimate winner in this one. It was a race that saw 3 separate rain delays, totaling over 2 hours in length, and with more threatening weather approaching, Kyle Larson in the 42 tried to stretch his car on fuel, hoping to catch a possible rain-ending red flag and win the shortened event. He comes up just shy, forced to pit with 3 laps to go before the rains would come. And you'll see here the skies will open up, and Kurt Busch, who took the lead from Larson as he ran out of fuel, was declared the winner. The second victory of the season for Kurt Busch. The Cincinnati Reds were going for a series split with the Chicago Cubs, and it was deja vu all over again. Reds had problems scoring runs. Reds allowed the opponent to tie the game late, and then, well, top of the 6th, a pitching duel at this point when Brandon Phillips dumped this bloop single to short center field. Billy Hamilton, who stole 5 bases in the game, would score. Reds up 1-0. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Cubs would tie the game with this sac fly to right field. Tagging and scoring will be David Ross, bad knees and all. And this game would head on to extra innings, and this is where deja vu would settle in. Starling Castro off Burke Badenhop sends the Wrigley Field faithful home happy. Another walk-off single, and the Cubs win 2-1, taking 3 of 4 from the Reds. Cincinnati back in action tonight, Comerica Park in Detroit. Now, weather may be a factor in this game. We'll wait and see. Tigers will be toasting Cincinnati. Rookie hurler John Moscott will face veteran Anibal Sanchez tonight. Game time is tentatively set for 7:08 on Hit City USA 98.1, 104.3 FM. And finally, Paintsville linebacker Cash Daniel has moved his college choice announcement up to the 4th of July. Daniel originally tweeted that he would announce his choice of where he will play football at the next level on August 13th, yet has decided to speed up the process in recruiting. Daniel is a top target of Coach Mark Stoops in Kentucky. Daniel recently visited the University of South Carolina and has received strong interest from Louisville, Florida, and Ohio State. Boy, a lot of decisions for a young man to make here real soon.
And what do you think? You think Kentucky will get him?
I hope Kentucky gets him,
I
but
know.
you know, he's got to make his own decisions what works best for him. But it's nice to see a local kid get that kind of attention.
Speaking of somebody getting their guy,
Yeah.
I think Jamie got.
Yes.
You're back with us after a week-long honeymoon, so congratulations on your
Thank you.
new bride.
Thank you. Yes.
We're congratulating you on getting her.
Yeah,
Did you realize?
I outkicked my coverage with her. You better believe it.
Congrats.
Absolutely, congrats. We'll be right back. Well, Lathan, summertime heat continues.
It's here. Might as well get used to it. Even though with the official start of summer not until Sunday, the heat and humidity is here, and it's going to stick around the next 7 days. A daily chance of rain. Best chance holding off, it looks like, until late in the week into the weekend.
And the official first day of summer?
Sunday, I believe at 12:37 in the afternoon.
So we're
Let's
already
get technical.
there. Yeah, we're already there. Now, when we welcome somebody back from a honeymoon, we put them right to work.
Yeah, sports guys in about 30 minutes, and we'll go over and jaw more about football and baseball and everything else going on.
That's tonight right here at 7 o'clock on EKB TV.
And that will do it for tonight's EKB Evening News. Remember, you can get more local news anytime by listening to the radio stations of East Kentucky Broadcasting.
You can follow EKB News and EKB TV on Facebook and Twitter. We're going to leave you tonight with a tour of the Sassafras Trail, Arrowhead Point, and other spots at Jenny Wiley State Resort Park. Good night. Thanks for watching.